basically hamburgers without the meat. Just using stuff that you have in your house, you're going to get a content that's a lot like meat, but without the fattiness and without the heavy bloatiness afterwards. So we're going to need a few essential things along the way. You're going to need different kinds of beans. You can use brown beans, kidney beans, black beans, any kind of beans you want, but feel free to mix them up along the way. You're going to need 2 to 3 onions, preferably white. You're going to need maybe a cup of salsa, any kind will do, any blend, spicy, mild, whatever your particular flavor is. A few condiments, maybe a little Tabasco, maybe a little mustard, some breadcrumbs, and we should be good to go. And if I forgot anything, we'll make it up as we go along. So come on in and we'll touch each other, feed a family of 4 or 5 on Bastard Burgers for one night, no meat involved, all using stuff that you already have in your cupboards. Okay, first thing to start, if we're going to make bean burgers or Bastard Burgers or bunker burgers or whatever you want to call them, is we're going to need beans. So you can choose red beans, brown beans with molasses, brown beans with tomato sauce, black beans, lima beans, chickpeas, whatever kind of beans you want. We're going to go with stuff in the can here because normally you have to let beans soak overnight to get them soft and ready to cook. But we're making like we're in a situation where we have to work fast and we're going to make something that's really healthy, nutritious, and most importantly cheap. So let's put it together right now. So we'll go down here and I'm going to show you how it happens. First thing we're going to start off here with a little kidney beans. I don't know if you can see that here. With the kidney beans, we're going to use red kidney beans for the color, to give it sort of the appearance of meat, okay? So we'll just dump that into our spaghetti strainer, first and foremost. And we've got everything there. Secondly, I'm using black beans. I'll just tip the can here. We're using black beans. I'm using black beans for the meatiness, sort of the hearty chunkiness of the whole guts of the thing. So let's empty that out here. And you don't have to be married to this recipe, you can use whatever you have on hand. That's the spirit of the whole deal. And the last one is we're going to go with brown beans and maple syrup. And that's going to give it a little bit of a sweetness to it all. And they're not so big. Alright, that's done and done. The most labor intensive part of this whole operation, it's really not that bad, is if you've mashed a potato, you can mash beans. So we've got all our beans mixed up in here, let's go to work, and this is going to take about maybe 7 to 10 minutes here of just sheer mashing, and it's a good time to get the kids involved in the project and let them do some work. Alright, so let's get down to it. You can see here, there's a little bit of resistance, and you gotta work them a bit, and there's gonna be bean juice straining out the bottom, okay? We're gonna go through it like this. There we go. And we want that juice to run out. All the loose stuff should run out because we don't want to make it to the burger, make it too watery. We really just want the hearty, chunky, solid stock that's going to resemble beef. And have a similar texture before we add our other ingredients. Okay, it's been about 5-6 minutes now and we have a fairly mashed up consistency. There'll still be some bean skins in there. You'll see the blacks really standing out. That's alright, it's good for texture. It's not going to look identical to meat and not going to really fool anybody, but you want to give them a similar sensation. When they bite into it, it should have a similar consistency. And meat isn't consistent throughout. It has different textures to it. So we're going to move from here over to the bowl and start mixing in the ingredients. All the slime will have fallen through at the bottom at this point. That's all the loose, wet stuff that you don't really want to see. So you can just wash that down the drain. The ingredients over to the bowl. There's all of our beanage. And it's a little messy. You might need to get your hands in there. There you go. It looks kind of like refried beans a bit, so don't be shy. Alright, beans are in the bowl. Now we're going to move on. We're going to add 3 white onions real quick. We'll chop them up just enough so we can get them into the food processor. We can make them a little smaller, it doesn't matter, because they're all going to get minced up. And we'll put them in the little magic bullet. Alright, one more and we're good. Alright, okay, onions in the bullet. Stack them in there good. They're going to get minced down real fine. And that's the way we want them. Put the lid on the bullet. And over to the bullet machine. Alright, put it in the bullet. Move that stuff around. Nice and fine. Want it nice and minced. There we go. Almost looks like a liquid. We want to be able to bite into these burgers and not taste a chunk of onion. We want to mix right in there. Almost there. And I think we're good. Alright, let's go to the bench. We're going to add the onions two of the beans. There we go, nice and pureed up there. Next, we made about, we're gonna use about a cup of ground up breadcrumbs that we just baked tonight out of a cup here. And mix that in there nice and fine. And we'll get my spoon. And here we go. So just work it around there. Work it around nice so it gets to a nice uniform consistency. Yeah. Don't be afraid to add a little more breadcrumbs if it seems like it's too loose. And we'll do it up. Okay, we're gonna add, we got the salsa mixed in there. We're gonna add a few elements. I like to use 1 spoon of Thai chili pepper. Boom. Just for some meat in there. Give it a little tang so it's not just a plain bean smell. And that's for tang. And then we're gonna throw a little bit of Tabasco sauce in here. There we go. These are done to flavor. And you can keep going a little bit. And a little mustard to cut through the beans. Okay? A little mustard in there. I won't be shy, I'll put some more in there. And this is all gonna wetten it up a little bit more so it won't be so solid and pasty like. And a little bit of Thai pepper. I like to get stupid with this stuff. But it doesn't come out too hot in the final run. And we're just gonna work that in some more. And then we'll get it in the pan just shortly. Okay, now that we have the burger meal almost put together here, we got a heated up pan. She's on fully heat. I'm gonna use a little dab of olive oil in here, but you can use walnut oil or whatever oil you want. I like the olive oil myself. We'll move it around here. Try to run yourself. We'll make a quick patty. See, it works just like hamburger. Just as easy. It should be solid. Doesn't go anywhere. Set that in the pan. Okay. And there's 2. And we'll do 4 tonight. We're gonna have leftovers for sure, for sure. That's actually a really big one. That's gonna be a killer. That'll never fit on the bun. So, 1 more after this. And it's been about 25 minutes or so of gently flipping them back and forth over here. I'll hold them up so you can see. And there you go. What you want to do is you want to build up a little bit of a tough skin on both sides. Just a little bit of a hide on there. And nothing too burnt. Don't worry, it's really hard to burn these burgers because they're all a solid bean and you won't really taste it anyway. So just get a little bit of skin on there and you're good to go. And good eating. So for the Cheap Bastard, I've been Chuck Barnett, and stay tuned for the next video. Thanks.